Okay, so we've come to the end of the necklace. We got it 15 inches long. So now we add the other end, which is a tie-on eye, sterling silver, everything is sterling. And we need a crimp cover, a crimp bead, crimp. And again, for this, I need to put on my magnifying glasses because this is really small. Delicate work here. What did I just do with the crimp? Okay, let me get another crimp here. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got a good one here. So then goes the tie. And I like to use this for the clasp end because it's narrow. Has the two ends, and then you can use this as not plain. You can put a pendant on it. If you have a bail that's surpasses this, or the lobster clasp, but the lobster clasp is a little bit bigger, but this end's a little slimmer, and then it's easy to just slip a pendant over that if you want it and slip it off, because most of the pendant bails, unless they're really, really tiny, can go over this pretty good. Okay, so now we slip it through there, and what I usually do first though is I like to put the end on here. So we got a 4-inch chain, and we put a sterling hoop there, and we will tie it on to the other end so that you have the sterling chain, the adjustable chain, and we just crimp this here. With the pliers, and got that. Get a nice tight closed area there. And now we will crimp the other end. And we want to make sure that it's all the way through before we crimp it. So I usually like to just hold it up and make sure there's no slack there before I crimp it. Okay. And that looks pretty good. Nice loop. Take that off. And then get the crimps here. This one here. Just make sure it slides all the way down to the bead. There's no wire there. Make sure it's tight on the other end. I double, triple check this all the time. And then go ahead and crimp it. Okay. And again, I like to use pliers to make sure it's got a good crimp. And then what I do is I stick the other end through a couple of the beads here so that there's no wire sticking out that can pinch you. And so it took about 3 beads, 2 beads, and pull it through. Okay. Make sure it's pulled all the way through. And then we cut it. See how it's pulled through the other beads there? That way there's no wires sticking out. And then we do a clean cut. Okay. And then it goes through there real nice. And we got a nice smooth situation there. And then now I'm going to put the other crimp cover, the nice sterling silver crimp cover over the crimp. So then you got a nicely finished piece. And now I take my pliers and I close the crimp cover. And this one is ready to go to the UK. See? There we go. See? Got a nice turquoise necklace. And it loosens up there a little bit once it's pushed around, but you want it tight enough. And then it loosens over time a little. If you make it a little taut, it's fine because it loosens. And you got this end here so that you know, if you want to slip a pendant over here, you slip the pendant here and you got a pendant. Or you can wear it by itself, and you got all these different lengths to make. And this beauty is ready to go to the UK. And like I said, this is green turquoise. This is all natural green turquoise, but it's not easy to find, the green. I'm always running out of green. It's not easy to find. The blue is much more readily found here in New Mexico than the green. So yeah, and see how big these pieces of turquoise are. This is the 4 millimeters, so these are bigger pieces here. Usually my 1 strand necklaces of turquoise heishi is the 3 millimeter, which is smaller than this, you know, a millimeter smaller. And this one happens to be the thicker one, the 4 millimeter. So that's going to the UK, and that is that for that demonstration there. And next we're going to do another one. We're going to do a gas bead necklace.